Devils? J-Dog back to answer some more goddamn questions. Up your ass right here, right now. Only got one goddamn paid scroony for the day. Fucking slacking like a motherfucker over here, goddamn it. Tired of this bullshit. But the first goddamn paid question is from Will Rogers. Goddamn, Mr. Rogers in the house, goddamn it. Halfway cut off. Paid question. Last question I had was a review for my band Method Unsound. Yes, I do remember that. You said it was commercial thrash and not terrible, which we appreciate. I mentioned recording some death metal in my home studio, and I got a short track done that I'm using to shape sounds and tones. If you could take a listen and just give some feedback on the sound, guitars, bass, drums, etc., and whether or not it is high quality, I will continue to get it better. What you sent me, yeah, I definitely was fucking hilarious. I was the first one to comment on it, goddammit. This link will be to my new YouTube channel, Unsound Productions, and the working title of the band for now is Demass Guts. So, a song called Don't Canoe Fuck My Stereo. It has lyric video for you to see what the lyrics are about. Really enjoy your content, brah. So basically, long story short for you guys, is this guy, Mr. Rogers, he made pretty much, I mean, I don't know, a J-Dog music video, if you want to call it that. I mean, I'm in it, that's for goddamn sure. It's my goddamn lingo. I thought it was, I mean, any of the shit that's made about me, I like. I mean, just because it's fun. I like it because it's funny. So it's called, so the band he's calling it's Demas Guts. So check it out. It's DEMASGUTS. And the song's called Don't Canoe F My Stereo. So I brought it up on YouTube, and let me just search it to see how because I thought he titled it slightly different because you have to. It's not going to pop up for you otherwise, unless you probably type it exactly because I think it's his only video. I mean, he said it's a new goddamn channel, so that would make sense. So it's not going to be like when you search and shit that it's going to be the popular thing to come up. I mean, it's only got like 15, 16 views, I think it's had. Something like that. But I listened to it twice. That was fucking hilarious. I thought the images of Clubber Lang in there were hilarious. I thought you must watch a lot of the backlog videos. Just the bodybuilding references, the Decca, Frank Zane and shit. I mean, it was all really fucking funny, man. Yeah, so the actual Unsound Productions, 2 words, is the channel. He's got 1 goddamn subscriber. I'm gonna give him a second subscribe right now. Boom. Should have 2 now, brah. I'm the only goddamn comment in there. And it's called Demass Guts, DEMASGUTS, and then space, and he puts in parentheses, Don't Canoe My Stereo. So that's the goddamn video. So I'm clicking on his channel on Sound Production. Let's see if this is the only video. Oh, he's got a 7th Pound demo. I don't know if that's something posted that 18 hours ago. Posted that I don't know if that's referencing me or not. 13 minutes long. Assume that's his other goddamn band or whatever. But nonetheless, check that out. Funny as fuck. Goddamn dog approved. So get on over there, devils. I want you to, when this video goes up, when you're watching it now, put in the comments that you went over there and checked it out, and then light his comment box up. I want to see a shitload of comments in there, goddamn. Let's get that thing spread out all over the goddamn internet. Because it was definitely motherfucking funny. Dog approved. And yeah, it sounded good to me, brah. Vocals were cool. Yeah, good job on putting the lyrics on the screen because you can, otherwise you're not going to understand a lot of what you're saying. But you can understand it perfectly with the goddamn lyrics. So it's all good in my goddamn hood. Anyways, we got a goddamn order question. And it's from Gray Filth. Sup, devil? I just want to say thanks for putting me on to so many great bands. Because of you, I got into great stuff like Inverted, Molder, Manicore, and Fatal. Yep. Good picks, brah. Good stuff. Mulder ended up being great dudes, and we became friends. Plus, I can't wait for that release with Necrofilth. Yeah, just you don't say where you're from here. Where did you go? End up meeting them at? I mean, which town did they play? But it's funny because I guess I didn't pick it up on it because I had Air Dog on twice, right? Yeah, twice before doing the whole band interview. And when we went to go do the band one, he's laughing. He's like, "Yeah," he's like, "We could do another." When we do the videos, like, "Yeah, I'll get more fucking negative comments, people talking shit and stuff like that." I was like, "They do?" I was like, I never really goddamn noticed it." And I was like, I thought it was. I didn't really pick up on that. He's like, "Oh no, dude, they ripped me apart like no tomorrow." I was like, all right. And then so when we posted the band one, I mean, it was mostly positive, but yeah, there was people saying kind of like stupid shit in there. And I was kind of surprised by that. I'm like, huh, like what's the problem? And the thing is, what people are getting mistaken too is because obviously they're a newer band, and it's it, it's becoming popular or kind of trendy, or you're in the cool club to rip on the Frozen Souls, 200 Stab, Inquisio Bosch like that. Well, you do too, dog. I do, but the reason I do is not for the same reason you guys are. It's not because they're just a new band. I rip on them, and it's not the bands themselves, with the exception of that goddamn Frozen Soul. And the only thing I ripped again, I saw them live. I thought the music was pretty good. I was just ripping on that front man, his lingo, and the goddamn image, and the push-ups and the hit shit. Other than that, the music was pretty good. The only thing I'm ripping on is again, these are like the what's heavier than Pantera fans of death metal. And what do I mean by that? It's the young bucks where they like only the popular death metal bands. But you mentioned a Molder, you mentioned a Faith Extractor, a Shed the Skin, or these other newer death metal bands out that are at the very least equally as good. They have no concern or no care. They don't know who it is. And then this became like I didn't even know this existed until I guess it's a little while now, but still, it was years and years and years later when Craig was doing the Hellcast thing. He brought up Dismember was mentioned on there. I don't remember if it was an episode I was on or not. It might have been. Probably was. I can't imagine he mentioned Dismember. I don't know why he would. Fucking, I know he doesn't listen to him. So, but he said people put in the comments. There's a couple people never heard of those guys, and he told me that. I'm like, what? I was like, how is that fucking possible? Like, how are you even know? To me, I don't even know how you're familiar with me, my channel, or who Hell's Headbangers is, or who Hellcast was, and don't know who Dismember is. It's like completely ass backwards. Like you would know Dismember before myself or Hell's or anything. Like you knew about Dismember first, and then you went to a place like Hell's to buy it. Like, what are you even talking about? Like, how do you not know that? And I strongly get the vibe. In fact, I don't even just get the vibe. I know that it's true in a lot of the cases, maybe not all, that a lot of these kiddos that they just like the big four of the fucking popular death metal bands, there's a lot of them they don't know who Dismember is. And that's like, so they don't go to the back catalog of classics that smoke them, Sinisters, Gorefests, all that. They are unaware of it. They just know the big shit. And then the other new bands that are same time frame as them, also unaware. So it's just like you're I'm ripping on that fan base again, just like the what's heavier than Pantera guys, in the sense that, dude, you're only liking what's at the forefront to be in the cool club, to fit in on social media and talk to your buddies. You have to because like you only like popular bands, and that's what it is. Not all these guys, but I'm just saying a lot of them. So, but some of these other guys are taken out of context, ripping on a band like fucking Molders. Like it's not for the same reason, dumb. Like, oh, because they're new. So what? No new bands are allowed to start up. I think people get that impression with me that I'm saying. I'm not saying that at all. Now, am I excited to check out a lot of new shit? No. And the only reason being, it's not even to the fault of any of the fucking bands. It's just because, unfortunately, um, unless somebody thinks it's something completely new, but usually people like myself and a lot of people in the scene, you're going to be kind of closed minded. There's not too much else. You can't really do much else with this fucking scene. It's pretty much all been done. It's kind of like, I don't want to say it's done, but as far as new stuff, it's kind of like, do I really need to hear anything new? And again, unless the songs are just overly great, it's like because you listen to a King Valley said in my first interview I did, a clone of a clone of a clone of a clone, and that's exactly where we're at. So it's like that's why I'm so selective on new bands because it's like I've heard this before. It's not that great. I mean, it's like, but it's not the band's fault. I get it for the fucking, if you're still new to this 5 years in, you hear it and you're still very, very excited because you haven't heard it all. But when you have, it's kind of like, all right, yeah, it's a cool background list. And that's why I'll tell you, majority of the stuff that comes out in the underground, death metal, black metal, grindcore, most of it is quality. It is good for the genre, but it's like, I don't need it. I was like, I don't need another band that sounds like this because it's nothing. The music is very, like I said, you can't really do much with it. It's a kind of selecting because it's got, in a sense, rules to where they're unwritten rules. And what do I mean by that is if you step outside of it, it's like, all right, well, this isn't really death metal. For example, they start throwing in goddamn pianos and fucking flutes, and I know bands having shit like Amorphous here and there, but I'm just saying, get my fucking point. Saxophones and all this other shit. It's like, now it's like, this isn't really death metal. You know what I mean? You can argue whether you like it or not, but it's like, for the actual genre, it's like, yeah, you did something new. It's like, but it's not now we're venturing outside the genre. To stay inside the genre with these, like I said, somewhat unwritten rules, for lack of better words, you kind of can't do anything fucking new. I mean, unless somebody's just an absolute genius, keeps it within it with them, still staying true to the genre, and it's just, holy fuck, this sounds completely different. I don't know if that can be done, and if it can, there can't be that much more new things that come out. So, having said that, it's just like, it's nobody's fault. It's no fault of any of the bands themselves. That's all I'm getting at. So, people are just, I think they're just almost doing it to be tough or Cavalds or more UG, to just like the molders come up ripping on because the guys are younger and they're a newer band. It's like, that doesn't make any fucking sense. That was never the reason. I want to make that crystal fucking clear. Of any of the band's balls I busted, that were the younger ones. It had nothing to goddamn do with that. It was just, and again, when guys send over their reviews over here all the time, most of them, I think I just give the same answer. And that's why, to be honest, and I'll do the reviews. I mean, if you want to do the paid $10 question reviews, I'll do them. But they're not exciting to me because, I mean, it's expect 99.9% chance. I'm just like, yeah, heard this before. It's like, yeah, it's fine. Am I going to buy it? No, it's fine. Because that's where, because again, it's not because it's your fault. It's because it's already been on. Where the fuck did they leave off on this goddamn thing? I wish I could have met you at Mass Destruction Fest. Which one was Mass Destruction? But it's all right. Easy E was great, and like the name said, made everything easy, include selling me one of your banners, the Hellhammer one. Mass Destruction, was that the one in Alabama? I mean, not Alabama, Atlanta. Yeah, I did not end up going to that one. I was on the fence. But yeah, I wasn't. You didn't meet me there because I wasn't there. Unless I'm at Indianapolis one. That was what, Hellfest or Heavy Hell, Milwaukee. Yeah, I think the Mass Destruction was the one in Atlanta, so I wasn't there. The Hellhammer one, which my band now has hanging up in the practice space. So you have the Hell's Headbangers Hellhammer banner hanging up in the practice space. Hell fucking yeah. That's what I like to hear, brah brah. Been a long time viewer, and two questions are: one, what genre would you put Fatal under, and what bands would you advise me to check out as well, besides obvious ones like Empatago and Necrophagia? Fatal for sure. First generation death metal. That is death metal, but it's before. First generation death metal is literally bands like Morbid Angel, Death, Massacre, Possessed, Obituary, Autopsy, um, Fatal, and then there's Necrovore. That was first generation death metal. Second generation death metal is when it's not like, oh, you're being a nerd. No, it's not, because it's drastically different. The reason you have to differentiate it is because by the 90s is when you started getting albums like the Deicides and Cannibal Corpse, especially at Butchered at Birth, and the Suffocation, Effigy of Forgotten. Take those. Take, for example, let's say by the second album by both those bands, let's even throw another one, Sinister Cross the Sticks. Sinister Cross the Sticks, Deicide Legion, Cannibal Corpse, Butchered at Birth, and Suffocation, Effigy of Forgotten, or even Human Waste for that matter. That's death metal, but you're throwing the same category as Morbid Angel, Abominations, Death, Scream, Bloody Gore, Possessed, Seven Churches. That's why people call some of that thrash, because they don't. You need to make that differentiate that there's a first generation, second generation, because it is drastically different. Put on, yeah, like I said, Suffocation, and then put on Scream, Bloody Gore or Seven Churches. It's not even. to the uneducated ear, they've been like, this isn't even the same style of metal. That's why there's first generation and second generation death metal. That's why it's not that these dumbasses scream bloody doors thrash. Seven churches is thrash. No, it's not, dude. No, it's the fuck not. Like Bonded by Blood, that is thrash. So, having said that, Fatal 100%, and then of course they don't get nearly the recognition that it deserves. But those demos, the funny thing is, my least favorite thing, they're a band I'm kind of glad broke up, even though the 7-inch I like very much so. That was the last thing they put out. The 7-inch was 1991, I believe. And the first demo, Guts for Dinner, was 86 or 87. And then they had two other demos. Demos are the best. There's the Soulburn demo. Which demo do I like the best? I'm not sure, but that's all. That by the 7-inch, you could tell they're going for like, let's be professional musicians. It was technical. Don't get me wrong, I still do like it. I enjoy the 7-inch very much so. But it's like, the best way I can describe it is like Punch and Stench Ben Cut Buttering. I like it, but you knew when hearing it, the next one is definitely going to suck. Gorefest, False. Great album. I like it. But if I picked that up at the time when it was out, because obviously I didn't pick it up in fucking, when did that come out? 92, I think? 92, 93? I think maybe 93. I didn't pick it up then. It was years later. I think I got it, probably heard it. I heard Gorefest. I've heard Mind Lost first, and that was probably like 99. Yeah, I was 14. And then I heard False a couple years later, so probably 16. No fucking less. If I heard at the time, I would have known the next album is going to suck. You just kind of, honestly, I think I would say the same thing too for Carcass. If I picked up Necroticism, and again, I do like Heartwork and shit, but sucked in the sense that this band fucking changed. You can see where it's going by Necroticism. It's like, all right, well, each one's getting a little wimpier. Reek is the most extreme. Symphony's a little bit more, they're professionaling it up. Necroticism is even a little bit more professional up and a little bit more, for lack of better words, radio friendly. I'm not saying it's a radio friendly album, but compared to these first two, it is. You just knew, all right, well, where's the next one going to go? You could just tell. That's where we're Fatal on that 7-inch. Yeah, I like it. Last thing I like. But it's like, I guarantee if they'd done a full length, let's say it came out 93, it'd probably be like Amorphous, Gorefest, or some dumb shit later albums by those bands. So I'm glad they hung it up. But they were fucking great. And definitely, it's funny. I don't know why bands like them, they don't get the recognition that the kind of like the cult classics like the Slaughter Lords and Necrovores do, because anyone in the know, that's why, dude, I fucking laugh my balls off. And I guess I knew it existed, but never thought much about it. You got guys that come in the channel on the fucking comments, they don't even know about those, or they're new to them or haven't heard of them. I'm like, those were considered like, dude, like automatic, like almost like owning a goddamn Tomb of the Mutilated as far as demos go. Like, what the fuck do you mean? Like, those weren't obscure ones. You want obscure ones? I can give you some obscure fucking demos. You know, that's why do you think I didn't mention like Hell House or something like that? That's a Hell House Peace Tearing. That's obscure. Kind of sounds like shit too, though. But that's not the fucking point. I'm not bringing crap like that. I'm like Mr. Cabal guy. When I say the Necrovores, the Slaughter Lords, I'm like that was popular shit, bro. It just is the massacres and stuff, and people. That blows my mind. I'm like, dude, that shit is death metal. That when I hear someone likes death metal, I automatically assume that they know, fully fucking aware, that's the massacre. I call it the Death and Hell demo, the 3-song demo. You call it the fuck you want, Aggressive Tyrant, Mutilator, or Death and Hell. I always call it Death and Hell. Probably because Death and Hell is probably my favorite massacre song too. I automatically assume, just by default, you're fully aware that that's like one of the top 10 greatest death metal demos of all motherfucking time. You're brushing your teeth to it. I automatically assume that if you say you're in a death metal. When don't know it, yeah, I just know from beyond. Oh, dude, out of the loop, out of the fucking loop. I mean, get in the loop or get fucking lost as far as I'm concerned. Like, what are we even goddamn talking about? Like, how do you not know that shit? That's not like, well, dog, not everybody there was fucking in 1986 was there and could pick up that goddamn demo tape. Jesus Christ, you goddamn elitist. First of all, shit for brains. What do you think I was? 1986, I was 1 goddamn years old. Neither was I. What do you think? I fucking stuffed that demo tape in my goddamn diaper? Got goddamn shit smears on it? No. That's not what the fuck happened. I picked it up as it was getting reissued. The way I first heard it is I think Dawn of the Dead gave me it on a CDR, that with some live shit, and then yeah, there's that. And then the second I heard was the bootleg Picture This that came out there, hand numbered out 100 copies. One of my favorite boots of all motherfucking time. The Massacre demo Picture This, hand numbered 100 copies. Came out over goddamn 20 years ago. Fucking great. That was the second time I heard it. That was the first official thing. Well, it wasn't official, but you know what I mean? The actual professional pressing thing I own the demo. And then Iron Pegasus put it out. The demo release, what's it called? I did a CD, LP, and Picture Disc. Dog owns it, of course. Oh, I own the CD, the red vinyl, did red and black vinyl, and he did Picture Disc. My only complaint with that release, that is phenomenal. That is the best thing by Massacre. If you can only own one thing by Massacre, you want to get that on. I'm gonna tip my goddamn tongue what the fuck it's called. Is the Iron Pegasus Massacre release. The only thing I didn't like about it was the cover. I don't know if that was Cost that Iron Pegasus idea or if it was Cam Lee's. I don't know, but I was like, wow, oh, man, this cover sucks. The good logo was on there, so that was good. Had cool photos in there, but I just used the Death and Heart art. Death and Hell art. Or, because a lot of people might not know this, Cam Lee does artwork. I'm pretty sure he drew the Death and Hell art. Pretty sure that was him that drew it. But unless he drew it, like, for example, that the Second Coming demo, that LP and CD, that was Cam Lee drew that. That represented the era and everything like that. So if you wanted to maybe not use that Death and Hell, it's overused, it's on the bootleg Picture This, there were shirts of it. Okay, cool. Still include that piece of art in the booklet. But I was like, Cam should have drew another piece that had that same feeling and put it on that cover. That was my only complaint. But nonetheless, you absolutely need it. The live demo was fucking great. Just like the traitor. Rambo imitation. I mean, dude, that's got the best lines fucking ever. I automatically assume that people know this. And they don't. They're flat out flabbergasted. Like, just, huh? What just got talking about? I just don't fucking know. And then they come over here just saying stupid shit. Hey, J-Dog, what do you think of the dude 200 stab wounds? It's like, why the fuck would you even be listening to that over that? It makes no goddamn motherfucking sense. Zero. So, anything I answered your goddamn question, what are the bands do I recommend? I mean, be a little bit more goddamn specific. I go on a fucking, I kind of just did. I mean, if you don't know the Massacre demos, that's on today's to-do list for you. Necrovore demo, absolutely on today's to-do list, and the Slaughterlord. And you might be in luck on Slaughterlord. I think all you need to get is that 86, 87 CD, and you're pretty much covered. There's a cool ass bootleg rehearsal LP. Same goddamn songs, but still cool to fucking have. Good luck getting that. There's only like 100 made. That came out years ago. Dog owns it, of course, goddamn it. But the 86, 87 CD, been pressed a bunch of times. You might have some in stock. You need that. That's like a definite fucking must. I mean, what's something I haven't mentioned in a while? You know what? A great fucking metal album people don't talk about under the good name. Incubus, Serpent Temptation album. Pick that up. It's called under the dumbass name now, Opprobrium or whatever, which actually, from what I understand, they're playing Metal Threat. I don't know which original guys or whatever, so maybe I can ask them about that stupidity. But that and Beyond the Unknown, but Serpent Temptation, that's fucking great. So there's a goddamn recommendation that I don't bring up all the fucking time. Second, 2, what is the cost to have you review my band's demo that releases soon? We are Gray Filth, and the title is Morbid Burial. I just do it as $10 paid questions. I'll listen to it, and I'll give an honest review, man. Again, expect me to be like, yep, heard it, and if it sucks, I'm going to roast it. But, I mean, just off the name Gray Filth, Morbid Burial, I can already expect this. It's going to be death metal. Best case scenario, it's good, upbeat death metal. I'm like, yep, heard it. Songs don't stand out that much, so I don't need to buy it. That's most likely best case scenario. The fucking you hit the lottery is, yep, I've heard it. Sounds like Left Hand Path or, another band, any other death metal band. But goddamn, these guys can write some songs. Catchy as fuck, memorable for days, and I want to buy a copy. That's you hit the fucking lottery. Don't plan on that happening. What I expect it to be, we play death metal, brah. And it's more death doom, and I get it. I'm like, it's got death metal parts. It's got these slow-ass, boring as fuck fucking goddamn parts. Like a lot of the fucking basically anything after Severed Survival, Autopsy, and a lot of the Finnish death metal scene. Get it? I'm fucking bored for the most part. Chances are it's gonna be that because a lot I noticed in the last 10 years, we're a death metal band, underground death metal band, and when we do demo tapes shit like that, it's usually that style. I would say more so influenced by the Finnish style, where it's got some mid-pace parts, a lot of boring ass fucking snooze doom parts, and the blast beats are just too fucking rough and tough for their goddamn badge. So send it on over. But how's my aim? Goddamn it! I expect to be one of those. And P.S. If you got any of those compilations or anything you'd want to throw in, I'd gladly appreciate it, regardless of genre. Just no pink panty twink core canoe bullshit. Yeah, as long as you put in the fucking comments section, which I don't know if you did or not, but the comps, those have been gone for ages. I wanted to repress some, but the guys didn't want to do anymore. Wait till they do the next one, whenever the fuck that's going to be, but get cozy because we don't have artwork for it, and who the fuck know when that's going to be. But, so yeah, because actually, just as a disclaimer too, people have asked that probably the past month or so, maybe about 3 or 4 people in the comments, can you throw in the latest Hell's comp? They've been gone for not a year, but over 6 months now. So SOL on that, brah. Come squash, you know what we're going to do. But the guy about to get answered by the morning. Later, goddammit.